This young man is from the city of Montego Bay, St. James, Jamaica. He had experienced child abuse, rape. He was sexually abused by an older man. I admire his courage as he shared his story to bring about an awareness to issues that plague our society. What is your name?
Garfield Junior Richards.
Where are you from?
I am from the community of Rosette, located in the parish of St. James.
How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mother and my two sisters.
So where is your father?
My father is living in Tucker.
Explain what your family background is like. Your mother and your father. Can you recall them living together?
Yes, my father and my mother were together, but they broke up when I was around 4 years old.
Okay. While you were there living with your mother, was your father playing an active role in your life?
No.
Explain.
My father wasn't around. He's not a father figure. Somebody to look up to. He's like somebody who is never around. He always have time for his friends and not for his family.
So it would be fair to say that your father was not there to assist you upon growing into being an adult, a man. However, explain what it is like living with your mother.
Living with my mom is like pain. I have to do everything for myself. I was on my own from I was around 6. I have to find food for myself, clothes for myself. The only thing that I didn't have to do was to find a roof for myself.
Okay, so basically living with your mom was like just having a roof over your head. There wasn't any sense of care, no form of love or affection shown, correct?
Yes, not getting love and care from both sides, mother and father. It's going to push them out on the street to find it elsewhere. People know that you're not strong enough or wise enough to see what they are doing when they are using you for their own purpose. There wasn't any love from either mother or father. It pushed me over to bad company, where following the bad company, it involves stealing and all of those in which I did not want to, because stealing is going to make my reputation bad.
While you was out there seeking that sense of love, affection and care, you found yourself being among bad companies.
Yes.
Company that led you to a life of stealing, using drugs, preferably marijuana.
Yes.
Okay, so have you ever been molested?
Yes, I was molested when I was 16 years old.
By whom? A male or female?
Male.
Was he an adult male?
It was an older male. This, however, it wasn't my personal deed. I did not involve in it. I did not want this on myself. Or why I get molested, it was because I ran away from home. However, this person used me for his own purpose, in which he fools me and let me think that he would help me. He would help me to get back to school, because broke up with this man, he eventually found out that he was a security guard at City Center building. It's like...
City Center?
Yes.
Okay.
And I went up there and I was changing on the compound, and the security came to me and said
Changing?
Yes, changing off my going out clothes in my school uniform to go to school.
Okay. Why were you changing your clothes there and not at home?
Because I ran away from home. At that time I was living with my father. He was ill-treating me. He used to use his feet and his hands on me, like kick and box and thump. That's how he used to treat me. And
How old were you when you began experiencing that?
When I was around 10.
Okay, so you were living with your father at that point?
Yes.
Okay, so while living with your father and experiencing physical abuse and not getting enough love, care and attention.
Yes.
You ran away from home.
Yes.
And that is how you end up living in the streets of Montego Bay.
Yes.
Okay. For how long were you living in the streets of Montego Bay? How long were you there in the streets?
Well, I was in the street for it was about 4 weeks until one day I went to the beach. And that's where I meet my pastor, Pastor King. He overheard I'm talking about Rosites, and that's where I come from. And he asked me that who I know in Rosites, and I call a few names. And he said that if he call one of the person, if they answer and he asks about me, if they will tell him that they know me. And I tell him yes, because I did have confidence. And when he called the person and the person he asked about me, and the person said yes, he knows me and he knows my mother. That's when he asked me for my mother's number, and I give him my mother's number, and he contacted my mother. And with the thought that Pastor King told my mother said that he must make me come up. But
Okay, and that's when you finally stopped living in the streets.
yes.
So you practically spent a month living in the streets of Montego Bay.
Yes.
After you run away from home,
Yes.
your father's home.
Yes.
At what age?
16.
16. Okay. Back to being molested now. What happened?
After changing on the compound, the security came to me and he's like, you cannot change on the compound. So I said, but I wanted to change off to go to school because it's still early and I want to reach the school. He said that he knows where I can change. Knowing that I didn't really know about people getting molested in the town or so forth, I did not really know about that stuff because I never go into the town like regular unless it was my father sending me down in the town, and I wouldn't stay in the town long. I'd have to do what I'm doing and then go back home. So I don't really know about this. I know about persons who do this. So I kinda trust him in a way. And that's when he started putting different thoughts, like he's asking me if I have a girlfriend, if I ever have sex before. And each one he asks me, I give him an answer where it shows him that I'm not interested in what he's coming up with. Then he started using money to try to bribe me to see if he used money, if I would try to listen to what he's saying then. And he's saying that he can give me money that when I'm in the town I can buy something to eat, and I tell him no. And that's when he see that he cannot get what he wants from me. So he hold me up with a knife. And eventually rapes me.
Okay. So who was the first person you told about this?
Well, the first person heard about this was the police. The first police station I made the report to, it was at Area 1.
When you made the report to the Area 1 police station, what did they do?
The police, it was a police lady by the name of Officer Beeput. Officer Beeput was the one who contacted my mother. My mother, and went at my mother's workplace. For my mother, eventually there was schoolmates. My mother and Officer Beeput was schoolmate. Then my mother bring me to the hospital and they said that I was fine. But otherwise my mother didn't really know anything about it at that same time because I didn't tell my mother about it until I was about to do my grade 9 achievement test from Granville All-Age School. That's where it was bothering me in class, and the teacher, I speak to my teacher about it. My teacher sent me, when my teacher heard about it, my teacher sent me to the guidance counselor at the same time. And I tell the guidance counselor, and he asked me who I trust more to tell this, what happened to me. Either my mother, I have a chance to tell either my mother or my stepmother. But at that time, the person who showed me the love and the care was my stepmother. So I tell my stepmother. My stepmother followed me to the police station that's in Granville. That's Granville Police Station. And I made the report. It was like they said that nobody must not talk or say anything about what happened.
So after you made the report to the Area 1 police station, that particular female officer, she did not said anything to your mom about this?
No.
You sure about this?
Yes.
But making such report to the police should follow up on those information given and carry out some form of investigation. Are you saying that the police carried out no investigation when you first made this report?
When I first made the report, there was no form of... I don't know if they do it behind my back, but they didn't say anything to my mother or anything.
You were about to do your grade 9 achievement at Granville All Age and you said something to a teacher and the teacher called your stepmom. That's what you said, right?
The guidance counselor.
Guidance counselor.
And from the guidance counselor to my stepmom.
Your mom was like one of the last person to know.
Yes.
What was her reaction when she first heard about it?
Well, it wasn't me exactly tell my mother, it was my stepmother call my mother and tell him. So I don't really know the reaction or what she said when she heard about it.
Okay, how has it impacted your life?
Well, it actually pushed me several times to try to kill myself. It pushed me to blame myself about things. It even asked me, made me question my life, question my mother, asked me why she even made me born. Because when she first heard that she was pregnant, why did she didn't even kill it? She said that I was get with sperms. My father said that he get me underneath a table. I don't know how that works. That's what my father and my mother said.
So basically, you were not wanted even before you were born?
Yes.
Who told you this? Your mom said it?
My mom and my dad said it.
They allowed you to be exposed to all of this bad negative experience that led you to get raped by this strange security guard. How did people knew about this in your community?
Well, it was my mother. My mother tell her man, and eventually it spread in the community. But what my mother told him, it didn't say that I was molested. My mother told him that I was having sex for money. Sex with a taxi man. A farmer's taxi man for money.
Which farmer's taxi man that?
I don't really know his name, but that's what my mother told him. That I was having sex with a farmer's taxi man for money for $30,000. The taxi man gave me $30,000 for me to not say anything.
So your mom told someone that a taxi man that run on the Farmites Rosites route paid you for sex?
Yes.
Wow.
In which that wasn't true. My mother go around and made up excuses or things to say about me in which that's not true. Opportunities pass by and they say that they have to meet my mother first. And when they meet my mother, it makes it look like I am the bad person and she is always trying to help me, in which that's not true. My mother pushed a bad reputation on me in which I'm not a bad person.
Your own mother?
Yes, my own mother.
Wow. So since this came out in the community, what was people's reaction towards you?
People started scorning me and they started staying away from me. And when I see an age group of mine, I'm 19 and I see like my age group and I said, alright, I'm going to try and make friends with them. It's like they're pushing me away, they don't want to talk to me. And even if they're saying, alright, they're going to talk to me, they are not talking to me like friends. They are talking to me like I'm a outcast. But what I'm trying to say to you, it's not my fault that what happened to me happened to me. I did not want this. Well, for the person who have done this to me, I had a lot of regrets, a lot of ignorance, a lot of grief for the fact that you mash up my life, making people see me as something else that I did not want on myself. I say this over and over that if I get the chance to, If I had a gun and I saw you again, I'd be the first to shoot you. But looking at it on the other side, if I did come out with my task and say that I'm going to kill you, it would make a part of my life happier, and then I would be still sad and in regret same way. And the same thing that you have done to me would happen to me again, because where I'm going, it would happen to me again.
You're talking about prison?
Yeah, so it would happen to me more than one time. So I'm going to leave you to the mercy of God and to the time.
Your community. How do you want your community to treat you? How do you want people to react to you?
Well, I think they must listen more to my pain, my situation that I'm going through. Growing up, I did not have a family to anyone to go to talk to, so I have to keep my problems to myself. I don't really know what you call love. Growing up, it was just hate, hurt and pain, and it was like, it's even still a part of a burden to my life, but speaking out about it, it's kind of giving me a break free, a kind of closure. I'm kind of more relief speaking about it. But what I'm saying to my community, this thing that what happened to me, please do not hold it against me. It's not my personal thing that I said that I wanted. I am human like you are, and I will not allow you to define me by someone else's mistake. In the near future, I hope to have a good, healthy family so that I can teach my children of love, care, and everything that I was deprived of.
What message can you give to anyone out there who is experiencing what you have been through? What should they do and what should they not do?
They should speak out about things that happening to them in their life. Like for instance, you get molested. It can be by either gender. It can be by either woman or man. Speak out and not walling in what you're going through, because the more you wall it in, the more you hurt yourself and the more you're going to think to do foolish things to yourself, like killing yourself. This is something that can push you physically, emotionally and mentally. The person that are going through this, there is still hope. There is still people who care for you and appreciate you for who you are.
What do you want to say to this person, the man who had done this to you?
In order to set myself free, I forgive you, and I hope you find it in your heart not to hurt anyone else.